How's everybody doing? This is the Hard Luck Man coming to you straight from the armpit of the United States, southern New Jersey. I have a little issue here that maybe you might be interested in finding out about or finding a way, along with myself, on how to eradicate the situation, so to speak. Here's the problem at hand. I haven't had a license since 1985, granted because of points on my driver's license. Now, the reason I don't have my driver's license is because of the Automobile Insurance Surcharge. I refuse to pay them because of principle on my part. Here's the story. In 1982, insurance companies that don't want to insure high-risk drivers. High-risk drivers were people 17 years old, just getting their licenses, who hadn't had a driving record or so forth. I was one of them. I was 17 in 1982. They make this law that they're going to put money into a fund called the JUA, the Junior Underwriters Association. Now, what this did was this supplemented the insurance companies for the high-risk drivers coming from the state. Here's how it worked. You would go through Allstate, let's say. You go to get your insurance at Allstate. But Allstate didn't want to insure you because you're a high-risk driver. So what they do is they fill out all the paperwork, for your name and all that stuff in your car and whatever, and they send it to the JUA. Well, the JUA was like a hat that they put all the names and insurance companies in. And what happened is you might get a piece of mail 2 weeks later from Mutual of Omaha. Well, you didn't go through Mutual of Omaha. You went through State Farm or Allstate or whatever you went through, but you got this insurance note from Mutual of Omaha. So you open it up and you find out, oh, I got insurance from Mutual of Omaha and this and this and this and that, whatever kind of insurance you got. And that was great. You were insured, okay? And the state would kick in the extra money. In 82, there's a guy that steals the $2 million out of the JUA. A man that was put in charge of the JUA by the state. Between 82 and 84, they put a bill in to be voted on. It was voted on and it was passed as of 84. Retroactive, in other words, back to 1982 when they put it into effect. Okay, so in other words, there was people already caught in the system between 84 and 82, which I was one of them. What it was a certain amount of money that you had to pay Automobile Insurance Surcharge for the amount of points that you accumulated on your license. It was supposed to pay back the $2 million that the man that the state originally put in charge of the money. Okay, now, when somebody's put in charge of something, like, let's just say I'm put in charge of something, and I steal it. I'm not only accountable for the theft, and might have to go to jail for it, but I have to pay restitution also, which means I have to pay back the money that is stolen. The guy got time for it, but the money was never replaced. They turned to the people for the money. This system, this automobile insurance surcharge within this 2-year period of time, 82 to 84. They were supposed to get back this $2 million. Well, they got back the $2 million that they were supposed to get between 82 and 84. But there's only one problem that still stands. We still have an automobile insurance surcharge law. What is it that everybody has to pay points on their license every year? Does anybody know, or can anybody tell me what it is? I still haven't paid them. I can't come up with a reason. Here's an example for you. I lost my license. I was married at the time. My wife at the time got the car in her name. Insurance in her name, registration in her name, everything was in her name. Thought I got around it. Well, I got the insurance and all that. 6 months later, I get a note in the mail from my insurance company saying that my insurance had been amended. It would be $500 more than it was, so it went from $800 to $1,300 a month. A year, excuse me, not a month. So I told the state no longer want my driving privilege, that I wanted to give up the privilege of driving because the insurance company was charging my wife $500 extra a year insurance because I had a driver's license that was suspended and I was living in the same home as her. Even though I had never got caught driving on the revoke or suspended or anything, I was already guilty of associating with my wife by being married to her, so I was assumed I was driving. I call the state up and I tell them, I don't want my driver's license anymore. You can take my driver's license. Take me out of the system completely. I waited on the phone for about 5 minutes. They came back. The woman comes back. She goes, we can do this for you. We can take you out of the system and do whatever you want to do, and you'll no longer have a license or even be in our system here in New Jersey. However, you'll have to pay a $4,424 insurance surcharge bill. Are you listening to yourself? She said, what do you mean? I said, if I pay $4,424, I might as well get my license back. We have no answer for you. I've called recently about it. They still have no answer for me about what an automobile insurance surcharge is. To me, automobile insurance surcharge. To me, that sounds like insurance put on top of insurance through the state because of points on my license. However, when I go to the insurance company after paying my surcharge, my rates don't go down. They still go up. So where and what does the money do that we send them every year? People are so busy worried about working their 40 and 60 and 80 hours a day to wonder what it is. They get a bill in the mail like, oh, this is an automobile and surcharge bill. Just send that out, put that in the rest of the bills. Make sure that goes out at the end of the month because we don't want to be without a driver's license. Everybody does this. Nobody tries to find out where their money's going anymore. For today, I'll talk to you. This ends this segment of The Hard Luck Man at AOL.com, coming to you straight from the armpit of America, South Jersey.